Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me. My name is Abhay Arora, also known as That Music Project. I am a content creator. I'm really honored to be here, and I think this was the only way to enter into DU because, of course, cut off to clear nahi ho pai. So, yeah. So, I'm a content creator. I create content around music, I curate content around music, and everything around music basically. And it is my COVID baby that I started doing this in lockdown basically. I was an undergraduate back then, and it is all about my passion that I started doing this because you know how COVID hit and no one was getting jobs and anything like that. But I was also a part of that thing, and I got no callbacks from any company. So I started this thing as a hobby, first of all, and then I got into this content creation thing. Then later on, I started building my audience in on Instagram, and later on, it was more about the passion that was driving me to create content. And it is more like that content helps me. It is like my fuel. It is a driving force, to be very honest, and how it keeps me going every day. It is more like how, to be very honest, it is more about passion only that it keeps me driving. And as today we are here to unlearn, rewrite, and evolve. So it is more like unlearning the orthodox and rewriting something else. So unlearning was a part where I was, of course, how we are used to doing the job part and doing a 9 to 5 thing, but it is, I had to unlearn it basically because who knew that content creation will be a full-time career? And of course मेरे को भी नहीं पता था, to be very honest. But then later on I took on this charge and a challenge, and I guess I am doing well at that, well good. And it is like content and music go hand in hand, and of course you have to unlearn some things to make room for new things and rewrite some things also. Now, coming to the social media part, you must have seen that everything travels faster and how stories are traveling way much easier to everyone, and how everyone is on social media all the time. So I'm also a part of that, and that how social media can really help people in building communities, and how everyone is like helping each other out via social media. And I'm also doing that in a music kind of a way. What I've learned over these years that audience is everything, because आप नहीं तो मैं भी कुछ नहीं, because as a content creator audience के अलावा हम कुछ नहीं है सही में. And in terms of content and music and in any other art form, audience is everything, because like if you guys are not there to address my content, then what's the point of making that? So that is one thing. And in this whole journey, unlearning is the most important part, because it is for the sake of evolving. As I had to unlearn some things which were taught to me in school or in some other field, but I had to unlearn those things to evolve. And with all these things, rewriting is a new job that I have been doing in terms of content, in terms of music, where I am rewriting such songs or melodies, or like a part of remixes that I have been putting out on social media. And that is one thing that I've learned over the years, that rewriting helps me a lot, as taking part and putting out some things is really really important, as of course, because we all have been missing out some content pieces from a really long time, and I just put it out on social media, and that is my thing. And with I have been doing this for like 5 years now, and what I have learned is that putting out content in a music kind of a way helps me and helps the audience, because they relate to it in a different manner. And that is that, because internet is crazy. as all we know. Anything can go viral these days. You have no limit to these all these things. Like if I'm talking some random things that can go viral, and if I'm talking giving a TED talk, it might not go viral. That is one thing. And over the years, songs have been amplified on internet in a very different way. Like you can obviously put out memes or anything about that, but I try to do it in a more sober kind of a way, where I'm trying to enhance the music composer or enhance the lyricist of the song. So that is my part of doing the content bit for music. I try to create a bridge between the artist and the audience, because if let's just imagine, if an artist is like recording a new song or putting out a new song, then how will he or she will go out to the audience? He cannot just DM everyone that, hey, this is my song. I am that bridge. I'm trying to build that bridge where they can just reach out to me, and I might give them a promotion. It depends all on the song, that how the song is, how the music is. So that is my part of content creation. Now, we all must have heard the term on social media, that algorithm. We all say that algorithm is changing day by day. This is happening. Algorithm is not letting me push my content. But what I have observed is that we are the algorithm. It is, we all just say algorithm is specifically data only. But if what I have observed is that the algorithm is just data, numbers only. It might run out, but as humans we have emotions that will not run out for sure. I know about that thing. And what I've learned, algorithm might change every day, but whatever we feel about such things or such songs, that will not change over the years. We all do have a respective memory with a particular song, with particular music, and we might go back to those memories. And that is all about algorithm. It might help us or downgrade our content, but of course it is there as numbers only. It doesn't have any emotions. We all do. And as we are saying that now we come to evolving. Like we have to firstly unlearn, then rewrite, then evolve, because the thing is that evolving is the only constant, as we say, like for changing. And because of such things, such as in a content kind of a bit, we do have to evolve every day, because we have trends every day, new trends and new music. Everything is doing rolling out every day, and we have to unlearn the past and of course rewrite such things, where I have to, as a content thing, where I have to keep updating myself on a day-to-day basis. And that is just not hard, to be very honest. It is more like keeping up with the trends. That is more like about it. And as I'm saying all about it, so content has been a really a different kind of a journey for me, because it is not easy putting out content every day. Every single minute I'm thinking about something, that whether I can do this in a music kind of a way, or I can do that in a music kind of a way. So that is my thing about it. Content has been a fueling kind of a thing for me. It is like a driving force. So it is genuinely a factor that is in my life, that is the most important factor that I would like to acknowledge right now. And I'm truly grateful to be doing that. And it is definitely more like giving a chance to something new to accept, because if we are not accepting such new things, then how are we going to let some space create in our hearts for new things? That is the most important thing, because accepting some things which we are not meant to is a really hard job. And I think as an audience we are trying to do that, because every day we are trying to accept new genres of music, new genres of movies, on new genres of art basically. And that is one part of unlearning and rewriting, and of course evolving. So that is more about it, because if we all have some different kind of taste. Art is subjective, to be very honest. Like, we do have something in our mind about a song, about a movie, but if someone else is, putting out something, then if he or she is a friend who is putting out something, then we have to support no matter what, because as the other person is trying to do build something out of their career, and if as an audience we are not there, then what are we doing, to be very honest. So that is one part, that as evolving we have to give chance to new things, because evolving obviously comes under those things where we have to let our emotions out. So that is one thing. And in terms of content creation, what I have observed over these 5 years, that unlearning, rewriting, evolving is a day-to-day process where I'm trying to build a community where everyone feels like a safe space and anything like that. And that is comes under theme of this event. So that I really want to achieve with, that is my goal, to be very honest, that I'm trying to build a community where everyone is there, and everyone, if someone, one of you, like, visit the my community on social media, you will feel a safe space, that okay, if I am there to learn some new music, or even learn about a new playlist, you are there at the right space where it will feel easier for you to just scroll down and have a good time. So that is my part of building that bridge between the artist and the audience. So that is my bit of doing content. And rewriting, as a musician, like, we all have heard this term where remakes are happening these days in music, kind of a point of view, where we are kind of pissed that why are they remaking the songs and everything like that. But as music composers, they are also entitled to create something out of a scratch, kind of a thing, where it is their job. Like, if someone else is forcing them, or more like how they want new audience, Gen Z audience, to engage with the song, so they have to remake it for the audience part, and that is their part of doing the rewriting. And when it comes to the learning bit, it is more like how they want us to unlearn about such things that were there in back in times. And of course we have to be authentic about the content, and more like we are sitting and just listening to music. It is not about that. There are a lot of people who are doing so many things about all those music parts and everything like that. And it is simply how we have, as an audience, we have to pay attention to all these things, and this is more like that. And this is genuinely a good content creative part where I come into play, that how it is not easy for an artist to reach out to the audience, because there is no a specific bridge. So that is where I definitely want to be a good part of their jobs. And definitely to doing this as a in the theme of rewrite, unlearn, and evolve, I would love to say that to genuinely know who you actually are, you have to unlearn such things and rewrite some things about yourself, and then of course evolve in a good manner where you would want everyone to like you. And obviously I'm saying it in here because everyone won't like you, because it is not possible, to be very honest. But it is genuinely, you can we all can do an effort where people tend to focus on you, and you be the limelight of it. So that is one part of evolving that I would love, we can all be a part of that. And learning, unlearning, writing, rewriting, evolving, that just generally comes down to all of us, that it is not easy to do all those things, but definitely it is more like uh, that we have to do the all these things to move forward in life. and that is where, as a content creator, I'm trying to do my bit. And I think that is it from, as a content creator. All I can say is that we have to rewrite and unlearn, of course, all these things. And plays a very important part in our lives. All of us loves music, and कुछ लोगों की तो शुरुआत भी म्यूजिक से ही होती है यहाँ सुबह सुबह. So yeah, so that is one part of music that we all love, and I hope to keep doing that on a particular basis. And thank you so much for that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So you said evolving. For example, the techno music that is
Yeah.
really famous right now.
Hmm.
So a lot of people have not evolved.
Yeah.
How it can be like soothing for them.
You have to try it out first, and you cannot, just go into the techno go into a techno event and just love the music. You have to start from the basics of that. And it is not genuinely important to love techno music, and it is not important to love Bollywood music. It all depends on our taste, whatever we love. It is not about, कि मेरे को techno पसंद करना ही है. No, you can love anything. It is more about loving more things. Just that. Evolving is that.
Like exploring.
Yeah, exploring. Just that. Anything else? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.